Yo, what up, Dora? What up, Chris? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Jess? How, Joseph? I pressed to go live, and here I am. Claire, what's up? Sammy, hello. Amanda, hello. Ryan, what's up, brother? Voice spells, what up, what up?
What is going on?
What up?
Oh, dude. Flowing like a river in Colorado, dude.
Damn, Manu, what's up? Dude, I'd love to hear that. Howdy. Thank you for the heart me. Yo, yo, what's up, what's up? Hi, Theodora. Hi, Tiffany. What's up, there, Joe? We're doing very well. How about you?
Just Joe.
Hey, what's up, Tiffany? No, but on a serious note, Dora, what were you meaning by how? Like, what specifically? Thank you for the heart me. Hey, Giuseppe. Georgie, what's up? Snowballs, what's going on?
Oh yeah, Joseph. Did we get a day this week? We were gonna do that live.
No,
I have to
no, I can reach out to him. I can reach out to him today, see what internal game says. That'd be cool, dude, to have four of us.
be a blast.
Hello equals hey. Hi equals hey as well, Theodora. What up, Carrie? Emmy, what's going on? SP help, Stephanie? Shoot away. Shoot away, Tiff. The floor is yours. I'm good. Another moment that happened today. Didn't react, just visualize my love and relationship. Awesome, Joe.
Love it, Joe.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I was talking with Ryan about this earlier. You know, it's so cool how the more and more that we become conscious, we realize that what we wanted the whole entire time was to remember who we are, or rather, to recognize that we are the way that we desire to be. That's fundamentally what we want. It's not the thing. We can get caught in it, right? Due to the ego and due to separation and everything else. We think, oh, it's this thing, oh, it's this, it's that. But in reality, as we do this more and more and more, we realize it was never the thing. It was always we wanted to be who we desire to be, or we wanted to remember that we are who we desire to be. And so that's why I always say the point behind an affirmation is not to get a thing. The point behind an affirmation is to remember that I am the way I desire to be. Job, Mike. Ria, thank you for the heart me. Tiffany, how to do this? Put us on the right path. Tiffany, by being in the loving relationship now, right? A desire, fundamentally, what a desire does is it points towards the fact that you have it now, or you are it now. That's what a desire is. That's why it's just a simple acknowledgement the moment that desire comes to you that you now have it. It's because you do have it. Now, maybe you could suggest that your 3D self doesn't see it. That may or may not be accurate, right? But you, consciousness or awareness, has everything. So a desire is your spiritual self speaking to your flesh. And all you're doing is recognizing that you have it. That's it. What up, Ria? You're welcome, Tiffany. What about Matt? Another video with him would be dope.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. We're gonna set that up.
No, he's talking about the guy I did a collab with.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom guy.
I was thinking what's his name?
What up, Kelly? Hi, Annalisa. Reflections like inconsistency. Inconsistency implies inconsistency within you, voice bells. It's okay if I don't think about my SP so much anymore. I'm just so sure he's my... Yep. Completely wonderful. Or commitments are just old reflections. Yeah, well, it's mind identification, right? Because voice boss. Here's the thing again is that everybody in your reality or again, it's an appearance. This is why I always say there's nothing for you to get, is because fundamentally there isn't. Everything's happening within your consciousness. So you ever notice, like, I'll give you an example of this. So, like, let's say that you say that you're wealthy. Well, the interesting thing is your 3D self will go through a bridge of incidences that appears as your body moving, but you're not actually moving your body, right? Like, for instance, when you're consciously saying, "Oh, I'm in a loving relationship," but then you're catching all these other emotions and such to the contrary, there's not really anybody in charge, if that makes sense. So, as Neville says, the only thing that we really have any control over is our reactions to life, because our reactions determine our state of consciousness. Everything else, including our body, the way we act, is a victim to the state of consciousness that we're occupying. So our job then is to continuously be in the state of consciousness where we are fulfilled, or we're the way we desire to be. So voice pulse, to answer your question, you're wanting to be in fulfillment. This individual is a symbol. That's all love and relationship is. It's a symbol of the fulfillment that you are, right? To he that has, more shall be given to him. So this is why people that don't affirm for their SP manifest their SP, is because they're saying, I am loved, I'm fulfilled, I'm whatever, and there's no longer a condition for this outside thing to appear a certain way. Then what happens? Their SP flows back. Why? They weren't affirming for their SP. Because SP is a symbol of the love that they were being. So I'll say that again. They are recognizing that they are the love. They're recognizing that they are fulfillment without a reason, without a thing. So where I went wrong, and I observe a lot of people go wrong, is they're doing this affirmation to get something. But the thing is, this is just a figmentation of your imagination. Everything's happening within your consciousness. There's nothing for you to actually get out here. The only thing that's real, the only place where anything's actually happening is within your consciousness. Everything else is just a facade. It's a headset you have on a virtual headset. So there's nothing for you to get. It's not tangible. So no need to do affirmations. Well, Tiffany, you can do affirmations. I'm just suggesting that an affirmation is not to get a thing. The affirmation is to remember that you are the way you desire to be. There's a big difference. Well, Anthony, yeah, so more or less, but think of what a loving relationship gives you. What is a symbol? Maybe you feel happiness. Maybe you feel fulfillment. Maybe you feel love, whatever this is, right? This is fundamentally who you are. How do I know it's who you are? Because that's how you experience a loving relationship. It's a byproduct of you. Or if you are experiencing, when I experience fear, I experience sadness, and I keep embodying that. I then experience that outside of me to show me what I'm doing within secret. You see, everything is just a symbol of what I'm doing within me. That's all it is. So that's why it's about me, is because I am the only thing that is actually tangible in my quote unquote outside reality. Denny, what's up?
Emily, quick question. You said it. He told you the exact opposite of what you were affirming. What are you affirming? I'm just curious.
Well, Carrie, when you're in fulfillment, it's not you like when you say I'm fulfilled, you'll find that you'll automatically start having images from the wish fulfilled, right? You'll automatically start thinking that your SP loves you. You automatically start thinking that you're chosen, that you're adored, everything else. It's not like the moment that you consciously remember that you're fulfilled or that you're in a loving relationship that you stop thinking, right? The only difference is that you start thinking from the premise of being in your loving relationship. Yeah, exactly, Emily. Yep, that I'm in a loving relationship now. I am who I desire to be. I am love, etc. Yes, exactly.
I
Ryan,
was
and
gonna,
just so you know, people on YouTube want us to repeat the question back because they're saying that they can't see the question.
okay. The question was, Emily had said that she had been affirming. She's in a loving relationship. She is who she desires to be, and she is love. And that her SP was reflecting back the opposite. And I was just going to say, if you were those things, you wouldn't be conscious of there being a problem. So if he's telling you something that doesn't appear ideally, it doesn't move who you're being, you are love. He can't move that. He can't shift you out of that state. Only you can do that. And so the reactivity is just, you're affirming it, but are you being it? There's a big difference.
Joseph, what's up, Dean? How you doing, brother? Thank you for the roses, my friend. I tell my friend the things he doesn't like about his girlfriend is a mirror of himself. Yeah, it's really important to control your imagining. Very, very important. The more that you understand how this works, the more that you understand the importance of what you allow yourself to dwell upon. You know, no matter what we're experiencing outside, we want to imagine, we just want to go to the end, whatever that is, right? That everything's ideal, that everybody's safe, whatever it is. You want to go to the end of that, regardless of what appearances are showing you.
Cosmic Citizen, what's up?
Hey, I love you, full course. Oh, awesome, Dean. I'm so glad, brother. It all made sense to you? You didn't have any questions?
Hi, Emily. You said how to be. Is it to go within and know? Yeah, that's why we talk about sitting in the silence. When you sit in the silence, whether you do meditation or breath work, you'll find that you begin to feel love, bliss, fulfillment without doing anything because it's who you are by default. So then you recognize that there's really nothing outside of you. You are They are just symbols that show up in alignment with who you're being. So then the goal is that we don't want the outside things. We want to recognize who we are, and then they are in alignment with that version of us.
Una, Angie, Ria, thank you for liking the lives. I appreciate you guys very much. Dean, thank you for the rose, brother.
Anthony, how many times did you guys do you guys meditate? I try to meditate quite often. I know Joseph used to be. He was part monk. He had an orange robe. He was 5 hours a day.
Yeah, you know, the thing that drew me to want to meditate so often is I understood. I mean, Neville said it clearly, is that I must learn the ability to be able to control my thinking and feeling regardless of appearances. And so I knew that where I was at was a long ways from that suggestion that Neville had of mastery, and I desired mastery.
Mm.
So I spent a lot of time in meditation, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 5 hours, and I did this for years, trying to understand what do I need to do within me in order to put myself in a state. I wanted to understand states of consciousness. I wanted to understand what were the signs that I was in states of consciousness. I wanted to understand what moods would I catch. I wanted to understand what the feeling would be like. There was a lot of different things that I had questions about, and I knew that no amount of information would ever answer that for me because I needed to experience it experientially. Because it's one thing to understand flow, it's another to experientially experience it. The moment you experience it is an unshakable truth. No amount of concepts will ever deny that experiential truth. And so I wanted the experiential truth of being able to understand that for myself. So I spent a lot of time in meditation. Now, how often do I meditate now? Well, I usually stay in a meditative state. That's kind of a byproduct of flow. But I will from time to time take moments of silence. Like when I first wake up in the morning, before I do anything, I'll sit in silence for 5-10 minutes to remember who I am. And anytime there's any overthinking, there's any convolution, any emotional turmoil, anything like this, which thankfully as I practice this, my mind becomes purified more and more. But when it happens, I become still. And stillness, I found, is the purification of untrue beliefs. It's a purification of stress. It's a purification of secondary causes. It reminds me of the truth. I remember who I am, which is fundamentally what an affirmation does, visualization does. You're remembering who you are. You aren't creating anything. You're remembering, right? Because you forgot in the moment, because you were thinking your SP's separate, your SP's this, your SP's that. You forgot who you are. You forgot how reality works. And so the moment that you close your eyes and you go into prayer and you say, I am to myself, you remember who you are. When you're saying, I am in a loving relationship, it is true of who you are. It's always been true. You just forgot because you were so conscious of it not being that way. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, Cosmic. Thank you for the follow, Angie.
That's awesome, Amanda. I felt good inside today, in like a knowing that I am happy with SP and he's in love with the calmness.
Congratulations. You're purifying the mind. Trust me, when you purify the mind, you cannot see anybody besides in a loving manner. I promise. I know it may sound now that it's challenging or that it's hard. Maybe you can think of some trolls or some people that appear to go out of their way to appear a certain way to you. But I promise you that as you purify the mind, you won't be able to see evil. It just can't happen. You only see love. You only see harmony. You only see opportunities. You only see the lovely.
Alex, what should I do to reach out to my SP or visualize her to write to me? I would always recommend going in the silence. When you're in flow, you just are. If you reach out, perfect. If you don't, perfect. You're not questioning it. You're not second guessing it. I should have done that. There's no mind chatter. So you'll know what to do when you're in that state.
Oh my God, I was just thinking if you're alive, I'm going to come listen. Well, hello, Sophia. Thank you for hanging out with us. Miss Millionaire, every time I get on here, I get at least one nugget that really transforms so many things for me. Lovely. That is lovely to observe. Congratulations. Farah, best time of the day when I leave work and find you guys. Well, thank you so much, Farah. It's wonderful to have you here. What up, Candace?
The 4 remaining. I've been struggling with all of the spiritual warfare talk. I feel like it's got me going batty, even with the SP stuff. We don't really talk about spiritual warfare. Not sure if you mean everywhere else. But yeah, with your SP, you just desire to remember, to recognize who you truly are. And so the SP is pointing for that.
Thank you. You're welcome, Miss Millionaire. The meditation on the school have also helped a lot, and responsive tips from you both in there. Wonderful, Amanda. Well, thank you for bringing that up, and I'm glad that's been valuable to you. The 4 remaining, there's a lot of different takes on perspectives, and the funny thing you'll find is they're all true, because what the individual holds in their consciousness is what they'll experience. So for me, everything is simply in loving harmony, right? Like it may not appear that way, but I trust you notice that as you're doing manifestation, you're doing a mental diet, things don't appear to be in harmony with what you're affirming or visualizing, at first, at least initially. But then everything lovingly rearranges itself as you persist. Well, is that not how life is? Is that everything lovingly rearranges itself? Sometimes the stock market appears to crash before it rises. So it's whatever you're doing within your mind, brother. That's the thing. Whatever you're holding in your consciousness, you'll be sure to find. I can promise you that. Angie, how do you meditate? I lost the question. I've always been curious on how it's done. Very good question, Angie. So there's not you can meditate a lot of ways. My goal while meditating is to remember who I am, which is the stillness, the awareness. Abraham Hicks calls it the void. Neville Goddard says, let's go into the silence. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, feel the space. You'll notice they're all talking about the same thing. That's God, right? That thing that we can't conceptualize, but yet you can become aware of. You're able to experience while in meditation. That awareness. And I sit there being that awareness, observing being that awareness. And when thoughts come up, it's not problematic. I allow it to be there and go back to being the awareness. You can also do breath work. You can do, there's so many different things that you can do here. There's not a right way or wrong way. The primary thing I find behind meditation is the goal is you're wanting to learn your ability to separate yourself from your thoughts. Because that was a lot of problem that I had when I was first starting out, is every thought that I had, I took so serious. I fought with, I feared, I wrestled with, I reacted to, not understanding how thoughts work, and also not understanding that I was the awareness. As I've become more and more aware, a thought comes up, and I recognize that for what it is simply a thought. There's no need for me to react to it. I don't need to fight it. I don't have to, affirm 1,000 times over it. I don't have to do any of that stuff. It has no power without me identifying with it, right? So meditation teaches that ability where you can have a thought and you can learn to separate yourself from the thought. Because what fundamentally creates experiences in your reality is when you identify with a thought. Identification means I think in relation to it. I accept it as true about me. Disidentifying means I observe the thought and I allow it to leave because it's not something that I identify with. What up, Fiona? Yes, it's nice to have positive people on here. Well, thank you for acknowledging that, Bean Flicker. Fiona, thank you for the heart me. Luke, do you sit in silence and the feeling arises, or do you visualize? Luke, that's a great question. In my earlier stages, I would affirm or I would declare that something was a certain way. Now I don't, because I recognize what I was doing was I was recognizing that I am who I desire to be, which is what I recognize now by simply being in the silence. So I can use a technique as a permission slip to be who I am, to be consciousness, to be the fulfillment. Or I can simply just be consciousness, and which is fulfillment in and of itself. So it really just depends on where you're at and what you feel. A lot of people are under the assumption that if you don't affirm, so let's say you have something unsure come up to mind, that you lack something, something's not the way you want it to go, whatever it is. A lot of people are underneath the assumption that they must affirm the opposite is true. But what I found is that's not true at all. All I need to do is not affirm that something, like I'll give you an example. So if my mind comes up with, oh, I'm sick. If I don't identify with that thought, what'll happen is I will observe my 3D self appearing as healthy without me affirming that I'm healthy. But why is that? Because there is a quote unquote a duality of things, right? So if I'm not identifying with being single, that means I'm in a relationship. If I'm not identified with being sick, that means I'm healthy. If I'm not identified with being poor, that means I'm wealthy. That's how it works. Is that when you don't identify as one, you automatically assume the other. So it's not about being positive. People do that all the time. How many times do you hear people saying, oh, it's like this, it's positive, 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 but then they go back into the old thought. So which one mattered more? They were going into the old story, mattered more than the positive thought. What up, KJX?
Miss Millionaire Energy. I've learned that the journey to SP is just a journey to our true self. I got me in the SP. That's it. Just pointing you back to you.
Yo, the internal game, what's up, brother? He said, I like the jacket, Ryan.
Oh, thank you, man. I love jackets. I can't wear them that much. This is thin as can be, but I have so many good ones. But it doesn't get cold. It only gets cold here for like 2 months.
Heather, thank you for the heart, me. Yo, internal game. We were just talking about when we get the boys together, bro. Me, you, Ryan, the homie. That'll be a really cool stream. Thank you for the follow. I think I already said that. I came to manifest Ryan's jacket.
I'll send it to you, man. Give me your address.
Oh, just flowing. Wonderful, KJX. Lovely to observe.
Andy, good question. What if it's just anxious attachment? Someone said that to me. Now, I kind of have to hypothesize on what you mean by that. Do you mean that what if it's anxious attachment that you want your desire, or what's causing it? What can you ask the question? What is anxious attachment? What tripped me off is the 3D. I look and don't see any change and fall out of the wagon. Any tips? Yeah, 100%. Because you're looking for something outside of you. When you keep checking the 3D, it means you aren't that who you desire to be. You need something outside of you to confirm it to you and validate it. So what you're really just saying to the universe is, I would like to be that. If this could only happen, then maybe I'll be that. Then maybe I'll be that version. Maybe I'll be him or her. And when you recognize that, you're not trying to get anything. It's a beautiful opportunity to show you, and for you to recognize that you already are what you desire to be. So let go of the 3D. Did I just Joe said, did I just see Joseph drink something other than an enemy? What did you drink?
My wife's been talking to me a lot about this.
Oh, guys, he's killing water. You can't hate on him for water.
Yeah, what if I'm just attached to him? Do I desire him, or am I just attached? Annie, I wouldn't worry about all these. Here's the thing with this. Is that you'll find is as long as you're making it like a mind thing, what's going to happen is you're building up a story, you're building up this mind-made self, you're building up this illusion of separation. It's not the thing is you want to experience a loving relationship. That is beautiful. The desire means that you have it. And so just in that moment, just recognize that fact that your very existence is fulfillment. So as I was talking about earlier, a lot of people think, well, I have to add something onto it. I have to affirm the opposite. This is so untrue. I don't affirm anything in my life. It's absolutely wonderful. And the reason why is because I do not identify with thoughts that suggest lack. I'm not doing good. My business isn't right. My wife isn't right. This isn't right. That isn't right. So I'm left with what I love. I'm telling you, you do not need to do anything. You can. It can be helpful. It can be helpful to recognize that you are the way you desire to be. But here's the thing, you're getting caught up in the illusion. You're getting caught up in the hologram. You're seeing this little 3D figure, which is in the hologram also, that's interacting with this other hologram and saying, I don't have it based on what the hologram's telling you. What I'm saying is that that which writes the hologram is you, the awareness, the constructor, the chief, the executive. You are what writes it. So if you're going to experience a different hologram, you must do something different within yourself. You must remember that anything you can think of, you are. Everything comes from you. There is nothing, it may appear without, it does appear without, but there is nothing that you see outside that did not first come within you. It is across the board. It's across the board. So what you're wanting is a loving relationship. You're wanting to be that way. You're wanting to recognize yourself that way. You're wanting to remember that, to feel that. That's it. Has nothing to do with SP. I guarantee you. This is why You'll never see rainbows and orgasms on any SP post of somebody who's jumping from the hilltops for manifestation. It always feels natural. Why? Because they were already being it internally. You will never see rainbows and orgasms from somebody manifesting SP. I guarantee you. Thank you for the heart, me, Olivia. Appreciate you.
Dorota, thank you. I joined the school and I love it. That's awesome, Dorota. I hope I'm saying that right. Dorota. Yeah, I love that you are enjoying it. And if anybody wants to join the school, Joseph usually posts a link in the comments. We can do that later.
Yeah. I can do it right now, real quick.
Samantha, can I ask how to stay strong when SP makes contact, but then goes quiet again? Is it a mental test? Laugh out loud. It's not a mental test, but it's just, you're looking out in the 3D for validation. And then when he says something, it's making you question it. When you're in that state of consciousness and you recognize that you are that, it doesn't move you. The 3D can do whatever it does. You know who you are. And like Joseph said, you are fulfillment. It is already yours. You have the desire. And it is unique to you because it is yours. So when you start, once you're in that state of consciousness, it's not going to move you.
Guys, do make sure that you, if you're new here, welcome. We're live Monday through Friday at noon Arizona time. So do follow myself and Ryan. And if you're wanting to get serious about manifesting your SP, do check out our school community. I just dropped a link in the comment section. Also, you do have to remove the space between the 2 dashes and the www because it will not allow me to post it straight up. Is it wise to meditate in order to get yourself to embody the feeling? Meditation is always a wise thing. You're going to experience immediate emotional stability. You are going to learn the ability to be able to disidentify from thoughts. You are going to be able to put yourself in whatever state that you want to. In fact, the funny thing is the more present you are, the more you'll realize you already are the way you desire to be. The only reason why you weren't seeing it was the stories you kept unconsciously identifying with. So yes, all around meditation has got to be one of the most fantastic things you can do. Can you do it without meditation? I'm sure. You will succeed at your desire, right? Because you are the only thing that's here. So the reality is you will succeed. The question is, how flow-based? How much are you enjoying life around the way? Because you have the option, you can either suffer and affirm continuously, fight with appearances, react to things, emotionally have this and that come up, or you can do it in the manner where you know you're the cause and you can flow to the realization of experiencing your loving relationship. It's up to you. You will succeed either way. Yo, what the fuck is that duck? Jay Rose, thank you for the swan. That was cool as shit. Thank you for the swan. I don't know why I thought it was a duck. It's clearly a beautiful swan. Clearly beautiful. Jay Rose, thank you for the rose as well. What do you think of SATs? I don't want to affirm as it puts me more in lack. Wonderful, Annie. So I love SATs. I think SATs are wonderful. You know, one thing maybe you can focus on then and is fall asleep in the feeling that everything is wonderful. Like, because here's the thing is that like I don't have to, as I talked about earlier, you don't have to be specific about that specific person. How many times have you seen somebody where they're, I decided to manifest somebody else and my SP came back, or I decided to focus on self-love and my SP came back, or even I stopped even trying to manifest my SP and they came back. You hear it all the time. It's so common. Well, the reason why is because you started to feel fulfilled. Well, why did you start feeling fulfilled? Because it's your birthright. It's what you experience when you stop thinking of a lack of something outside of you. You see, how can I experience fulfillment when I'm continuously telling myself I'm not fulfilled based upon my SP? And here's the funny thing. If I keep telling myself I'm not fulfilled or I'm not in a loving relationship because of what my SP is showing me, I am reaffirming, reimagining that what I don't want is how it is. So this is why it stopped paying attention to what SP is doing, because SP is a hologram. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Anything you can imagine you have now. Simply, the moment a desire comes to you, thank you that I have this. You just want to feel that recognition. You want to feel the reality that it is that way. Now, Annie, another point I want to talk about is that oftentimes when we're feeling lack, this is implying that we're trying to make it so, or we're trying to figure out that it's so, when it's just really remembering that it's so. It's surrendering that it's so. I trust that'll be helpful for you. Another way that you can do it is you can imagine your end, or you can script, or you can simply, what would the feeling be like if I had the perfect relationship now with my person? You can do this. These are all completely fine. Really doesn't matter. Do that. Now, here's the other thing to look at, Annie. And if you're part of my school community, then check out the 10-day mental and emotional diet I made for the members in there. If you're not, definitely do check out the link that I posted in the comments. It'll be extremely helpful to you, as it is for everybody that joins. I promise you, within a week, you'll have a drastic change internally. But what is, it puts me in more lack. That is mind identification. So I always talk about the importance of this. My primary thing is to not imagine to the contrary of my desire. That's primary. That's before anything else. Circumstances appear in some way, it's in harmony with the vision. I have certain emotions, it's in harmony with the vision. I have certain thoughts, it's in harmony with the vision. I have certain sensations in the body, it's in harmony with the vision. Lack is implying that you're imagining to the contrary. So mentally you're identifying, oh, this sensation means this. So we want to drop that, because energy and emotion has no meaning until you identify by saying it means this. And then you'll notice as a story pops up in mind, momentum will build on it. All this energy and motion will come up. I'll join. Nice, Annie. Yeah, I did. Were you able to find the link that I put? Just Samantha, Una, thank you for going crazy on the likes. I see you guys. I appreciate y'all. I couldn't find the link. Let me try again.
It's got to make it complicated.
All right, there's going to be a space that I added so that it'll allow me to put the link between .com. Just remove that space. You should be able to go into it. If not, go into school.com, or you can get the app and then just type in Reality by Design. If you do that, you'll be able to find us. Manny, if I keep saying ex-wife hindering me, what do you mean? You're welcome, Heather. How do you catch the feeling? Danielle, by asking yourself the question, what would the feeling be like? And sitting there until you catch it. You'll be able to catch it, trust me. Just sit there, allow yourself to imagine, have fun. And here's an important thing. Here's a very important thing. Oftentimes I observe people when I'm telling them this, and actually to the point I remember doing this myself, we get so serious with it. Oh, I have to make it, and it's like this. And there's all this thinking and like forcing. It's supposed to be a fun. It's a fun imagining. Allow yourself to imagine, what would it be like? And then before you know it, you'll catch the mood. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Mario, what's up, brother? Casually drinking a 5-liter water? No, it's a gallon, brother.
Casually drinking a bathtub of water.
School community is amazing, so supportive. Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate that. Our sleep, pray or pros. Are sleep meditation subliminals helpful for subconscious self-concept improvement? What are your opinions on it, brother? That would be the thing. I don't want to put something in your head. If you're finding it helpful, I would definitely recommend it. I personally do not use them. Emily, how to keep being his girlfriend when he is physically with me and telling me something else? Emily, as we talked about, he is simply a hologram of what you're doing within yourself. So if he is to tell you something, what must you do within you? You must imagine that he is telling you something, or that he is the way you want him to be, right? Inconsistently. Or another way of putting this is you can simply deny your senses and feel as though he is the way you desire him to be. Because all you're wanting really is to remember that, to recognize that. He's just a symbol of that. He's a symbol of the love that you are. He's a symbol of the fulfillment that you are, the bliss that you are.
Sophia, I keep coming back to good memories that I have with my SP, to be in a state. Is that good or past? I mean, how is it making you feel? Are you feeling like, man, I missed this? It's not this way anymore. Is it creating lack? I would always visualize, if I was going to visualize, it would be in the current moment. But like Joseph said, if it works for you and you catch that feeling and it's not making you feel that it's something you are not right now, then I don't see a problem with it. There's a good question for you from Noel. Are there certain things humans just can't manifest? It's a fantastic question. My answer, I would have to answer that. I don't know. I've seen some wild things and seen people manifest some bananas things. So only because of the limitation we put on it, I would think we just imagine that it's impossible. So obviously that's going to stifle us, but I'm not sure that there isn't anything we can't manifest.
I found certain ones helpful, but perhaps it's my mind telling me that I had it all that time. That is exactly correct. That's all you come to. The funny thing is when you're close to being in a loving relationship, you come to the realization that it was always there, is that it was always there. You always had it. You just had all these old ideas, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and this and that. And you finally let go of that, and then you're left with, it was always there. Thank you for the help on the school. You're welcome, Ryan. Thank you for joining, brother.
You're welcome.
Tiffany, how do we self-concept, please? I was on train, so missed before. Tiffany, I've never dealt with self-concept directly. In fact, I don't think it's necessary. And the reason why is because when I assume the end, or I be the end, anything I need will change automatically. I'll automatically be that person, feel like that person. Everybody else will automatically be in harmony with it. If there's any beliefs that I need to let go of, it'll change. I'll give you guys a practical example of this. So when you're in those states and you're feeling all this fear and this overwhelmingness and like you can't get out of it and etc. And you just feel stuck, right? All of a sudden you see the world a certain way. There's these beliefs. Maybe you're needing, wanting, lacking your SP. And then all of a sudden you move out of that state. What happens? Oh, all of a sudden clarity sets in. You're like, oh, I remember I'm in a loving relationship. Everything's okay. What happened? Did you work on your self-concept? No, you move states. You see, each state has its self-concept within it. Thank you for the follow, Angel. Appreciate you.
Joseph, you're going to be detoxed in less than in 1 hour.
I'm already detoxed, brother. I'm the healthiest motherfucker.
I love it.
Leva, thank you for the rose. That's one big bottle of water.
That's some funny shit right there.
We gotta do it big, you know?
Wow.
Fit for a princess. Thank you for the heart me. What up, Emma?
It makes me laugh, dude. Wowzers, that's one. It's like we expect you to grab like a 16-ounce bottle of water. It's just this giant gallon.
Where's your energy drink? The assumption's everywhere, guys. I am a flowing human being. I'm different every day.
Where do you guys come up with?
No, I'm just kidding. It's very fair. Where is it? I actually already drank one, to be honest with you, to be frank. You're going to have chug that bottle by the end of the live?
Yeah.
Possibly. Really appreciate you guys keep me on track. You're very welcome, Samantha. Bro, can take a shower with that chug. Who takes showers, Demanua?
Comments are my absolute favorite. You guys are amazing. Hi, what can I do when I have intrusive thoughts and busy brain that don't stop? Yeah, sit in the silence is the best thing. Whether that's through meditation or breath work. We conceptualize it, but it's really outside the mind because the ego is just trying to get a handle on everything outside of it. So the less we get into the mind and identify with it, the more it starts to quiet.
Gird around Joseph's been eating a different kind of flow break soon.
Yeah, 100%.
Una, Samantha, thank you for liking the live. You guys are going great. J Rose, thank you. You're welcome, Donna. Sail across the sea with that bottle.
That's my favorite. I'm going to come on the live tomorrow with a 5-gallon paint bucket. Just be drinking out of it.
Probs, yes, these lives are real. Applying the practical that already exists, not losing my mind. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, if anything, the reality of it too is it's just the untrue just dissolves. That's really what it is. It's not that anything new is added on to you. Like, you just recognize more and more that you are the way you desire to be, and that the only thing that ever suggested otherwise was appearances. And they were untrue. They were a collection of untrue beliefs. They were a collection of validation and seeking basing. They were based upon separation. They were based upon the illusion of lack or need. And all we do on this journey is we purify the mind. And here's the thing. I think the SP journey is a wonderful thing, not necessarily just for the experience of the SP, which is obviously beautiful, but most importantly because it's a journey back to yourself. It's a journey back to remembering that you were always in fulfillment. It's a journey back to remembering you were always perfection. It's a journey back to remembering that your existence is bliss, that your existence is love, that your existence is everything that you were seeking for outside. Eckhart Tolle puts it in a beautiful way. He said, many human beings are equivalent of a beggar looking for change on the street when they're sitting on Fort Knox within themselves. Whew. That's so powerful and so true. We were looking for little pennies, which in that parable doesn't obviously describe the fact that the pennies aren't real. But it does signify the importance that everything that you're looking for is actually within you and more. Now you realize, and the funny thing is, and I won't go too deep in this, but you realize the fact that all that exists is self. And when I mean self, I don't mean the separate you that has the personality and identifies with all these things. I mean the you that actually you are, the father, the awareness, the consciousness, right? The God you. It's all that exists. And fundamentally, it is here observing its self-experience creation. That's all it is. And so you realize the doer never existed. It was a figmentation of your mind. This is why Neville says, and you see here why all these spiritual teachers that are enlightened say these profound truths of like, this whole game is mental. That the world, that the universe is mental, right? They talk about this in Kybalion. You talk about the Buddha saying, you are enlightened now. You hear Neville Goddard say, you are who you desire to be now. You hear all these individuals that are enlightened or that understand consciousness say the same thing, that there is nothing for you to do. And fundamentally, the doer does not exist.
Zoe, is it harder to manifest when your SP has other committed responsibilities elsewhere? No, it is not. Everyone can name a circumstance. They moved away. They did this. It could go on and on and on for hours. As long as you hold that in your consciousness, you will experience it appear to be more difficult and that they have other committed responsibilities.
Leanne, J. Rose, Danny, thank you for liking the live. There is no I, correct? There's only the I. Appreciate the good things you already have. Amen. Hey, what's live about? Flow, manifesting your SP, remembering who you are, consciousness. J. Rose, thank you for the 50 heart puffs. I appreciate you. Anybody can be a guest. We actually will have guests on here shortly. Yes, not at the moment, but we definitely will. Guys, if you're new, definitely do make sure you follow live. Ryan and I are on at noon Arizona time, Monday through Friday. And we've manifested our SPs a total of 8 times in total together. So we're pretty good at it. And helped a shit ton of people do it. Yo, so thank you for the follow, brother. Or sister. I actually don't know.
Yeah, remember, always lean right. Go to the sister.
I am what I think you think I am.
That's fact. I saw that on Lewis Howes. I'm trying to think of the guest he had on. Was it Jay Shetty? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I love that quote. I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who you think I am. I'm like, hey.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I am a woman. Thank you. You're welcome, so. Thank you.
There's that right leaning. Totally.
I highly recommend joining the school for anyone ready to go all in. It's so worth it. I love it. Yeah, I told voicemails, I was like, hey, join, and within a week, I guarantee you everything will shift for you. And within 3 days, I think she manifested a person. So it does change. It is if you're extremely serious. Like the thing is, here's the thing is, when a lot of times I'm doing YouTube or I'm doing TikTok, I'm talking about things to practice, things to do. In school, we're talking about this is a way of life. Like fulfillment is not based upon a certain thing I want to accomplish. It's my default state of being. Love is not based upon a certain expression. It's my default state of being. Abundance isn't based upon a certain expression. It's my default state of being. And that's all we talk about there is remembering that truth. Help me manifest my noodles. I can't find them and I'm cooking. Already done, Luke. Just if we do one-to-one, will you help me get my SP back? Yes. A lot of people experience success, whether they observe me and do coaching, a lot of different ways.
J Rose said, honestly, get yourselves on there, guys. It's such a wholesome community with real change. Thank you so much. Yeah, J Rose, it's awesome.
Manny, been manifesting my wife back now for a year. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Calling her ex, not help. Well, Manny, I'd have to, conversate with you to know exactly what it is you're doing within your consciousness. But based upon what you said, number one, you're thinking of third parties. Number two, you're thinking of the amount of time that it's been. And number three, you're not focused on the most important thing is you now and what you're doing within you now. As Neville says, people came to him at one of his shows and they said, "Oh, I've been doing this for a while." And he goes, "What are you imagining now?" Like, here's the thing. Like, when we understand that this is like so important. I say this so often, but it's so important to understand your power. You are so incredibly powerful. Like, let me just show you how powerful. You have an untrue thought that comes in your head and says, "I'm not doing this right." You identify with this. This creates one reality for you. Just that small thing. You don't identify with that thought, and instead you continue to persist in the fact that you are who you desire to be. You then manifest that reality. You see there? It's such a small little nuance that we don't appreciate or we don't understand it, but it is so important for me to choose what I'm identifying with. I think a lot of times what we think is like, well, clearly we don't know what we're doing, because if we knew what we were doing, that we created everything, we wouldn't ever allow ourselves to indulge in something we don't want. We would never tell ourselves, "Oh, this emotion's happening because this means my SP's this." We would never say, "Oh, this emotion's happening. This means I messed up," if we understand what we're doing. You would only say that everything is how it's supposed to be. It's in harmony with you if you understood that you are the only thing that creates in your reality. So as Neville says, man's chief delusion is secondary causes. So the secondary cause could be, "Oh, because of my emotion, this. Oh, because my SP said this. But here's the thing. You, the power, first gave your awareness or your attention, gave permission for that thing to show up a particular way. And then it did, because here's the thing. Does your SP's behavior make you imagine? I'll answer the question for you. No, it doesn't. When I watch the news, does it make me imagine something? I'll answer the question for you. No, it does not. When I see something outside of me, does it imagine for me? I'll give you the answer. No, it does not. I must imagine something based upon the appearances. I may not be conscious of what I'm doing, but I guarantee you I am imagining something. Just like SP does not give me anything. I imagine they give me something. You see? The more you guys understand this, the more free you'll become. Gold, thank you for the follow.
So, do you believe that manifest is supposed to be instant? Yeah, it is instant. I'll tell you why. It's a great question. Because when you're manifesting, what you're really doing is desiring to be a particular way. And the moment that you shift states and recognize that you already are that way, it is instantaneous. And so, as you remain in that state, the 3D rearranges and lovingly aligns with who you're being. So, yes, manifestation is always instant. Does missing the person and crying ruin the manifestation? Ruin? No. It may appear to be unideal. If crying and missing and feeling lack, and I mean that's usually associated with it being in a state of not having. But no, it's not ruined.
Nope, you simply go back and be where you desire to be now.
What's your opinion? There's a coach saying you should not lose yourself manifesting an SP to stop. You should not lose yourself manifesting an SP to stop. Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately it's about you. So if you're understanding manifestation properly, you can't lose you because everything is pointing you back to you, to who you desire to be. So Yeah, I think the only way to get lost is thinking that there's separation, that there's something outside of you that's going to complete you and give you fulfillment. I mean, honestly, even recognizing that there is something outside of you.
So I like that question. So the process, I love how you started off with so as well. So the process is process and is not a part of manifestation. It's supposed to be instant or the background movement. That is exactly correct. So you are wanting to acknowledge that you are the way you desire to be, which is instantaneous.
Yep.
And if anything comes up to the contrary, again, instantaneously, you remember that you are the way you desire to be. That's it.
Yep. You got it. So that was my take, right? When you say there's something outside, is I am love and lovable. SP, love me. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I actually love the bones of you both. Gratitude to a whole different level. Thank you, Jay Rose. That's very lovely to observe. Lucy, my ex came back as friends and now wants to stop talking. I doubted once I saw a slight movement. So, congratulations, Lucy. You became aware of your power again. So, just purify the mind, right? So, what did you do at that time? You went within and you decided how things were. And what do you do now? The exact same thing. Just be the way you desire to be now. That's what you're wanting. This has been a goated live already. So much gems. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you, brother.
We're not going to ask you again to get that handle on.
Oh, yeah. Luke, what's up with that, bro?
Luke, I mean, we've been waiting.
You were giving me the smoke, saying, hey, you're going to smoke me.
You want the smoke. You want all of it. And
Thank you for the hand, RJ Russ.
We can't find your hand anywhere.
I can't accept conditions if we are limitless and that powerful. I mean that whatever happens.
I can't accept conditions. Yeah, I mean, that's if that's what you desire, sure. You don't have to condition anything. Like Joseph always says, when you are being your authentic self, your higher self, you recognize you're the awareness. Love, peace, bliss, happiness, fulfillment is your default. So everything in the 3D will be in alignment with who you're being. So yeah, you don't have to condition a thing.
However, if I react, I'll get what I want. What do you think? Well,
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I mean, my thing of like I'm kind of in agreement with Eckhart or Neville Goddard, where he talks about that my reaction is something my state of consciousness. So if I'm in my ideal state of consciousness, my reactions will change. So I'm in agreement with that. But do let me know like what your experience is with it. Careful when you start the mind ache of checking all different coaches, especially loads with no clue. Yeah, confusion definitely going to be a challenge. That's one of the main reasons Ryan and I created the school community is that we understand manifesting the same, yet we have the beautiful opportunity where we can share it from different viewpoints. So then that way it can go to a different crowd, but it's in harmony with the same thing. Jay Rose, thank you for the Go Popular times 50. Leanne, thank you for the Go Popular times 2. I appreciate you, ladies. I'm not gonna lie, I do have to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Meek, how do I manifest relationship with this girl I like? I can't visualize she's been ignoring me. Well, first, let go of the ignoring. Hold in your consciousness that what you desire to experience. If you have trouble visualizing, Just go into the silence. If you can't, you can ask yourself the question, what would the feeling be like? What would the feeling be like if I was in a loving, committed relationship with so-and-so, SP? And as you catch that feeling, know that it is this way now. Remain in that state of consciousness that already has it, that is it. Because what you really desire to experience is that version of you. And so when you can ultimately get to the point where you see that, it becomes very easy and manifestations move quickly. No wonder after the ocean you have drank. Luke, what servers are you on? On COD? Good question. I'd have to look it up. I don't even know what my ports and all that, what I have. But it doesn't matter. You could just send us your call sign, whatever you call it.
Called it. You did. No wonder after the ocean you have drank. I see my SP recently said a few unfavorable things. I inwardly said, no, we're together. Yeah, I find it, and for those of you that I'll share this, you may find this helpful as well, is everything is a symbol of like something that I want to experience. For instance, I find fundamentally that it's either a symbol of something I love, it's a symbol of something that I'm grateful for, it's a symbol of fulfillment, it's a symbol of abundance, it's a symbol of harmony. It's one of these symbols, right? Everything I observe falls underneath those categories. So what I do whenever there's certain appearances that may, quote unquote, again, I only imagine within my mind. So it's not like it actually is that way. It's just that I'm imagining it that way. And so all I'm doing is I'm removing myself from imagining that way. And I'm remembering that I am the source of whatever it is that I'm looking outside for, or I'm suggesting is otherwise. I'm remembering the truth. I'm going to the end. So it's a simple, let's say SP says something. Why, a question that can be helpful. Why do I need my SP to show up this way? Why do I need this? Whatever it is, usually it'll be so I can feel like everything's okay. So I can feel satisfaction. So I can feel happiness. So I can feel love. And then I simply just go within and remember that I am. It is that way. And then it releases the condition. I'll notice immediately as I no longer want that thing to change. In fact, I observe it and it's perfect as it is. Because again, the only place where I can see that something is unideal is in here. That's it. So if something's unideal, it is always in here that needs to be changed, not out there. There's nothing for me to do out there. Out there is simply where my 3D self experiences what I'm doing in here. That's it.
I mean, I am perfect the way I am, even with mistakes, reactions. Do you have to be always aligned or return to alignment in order to manifest? Yeah, like Joseph always says, it's an opportunity to purify the mind whenever we have some reactivity or we waver. So you just return to alignment.
Sarah, Denny, Una, thank you for liking the live. Samantha, thank you.
You want to have someone on and see if they want to ask a question?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, guys, put in a request to join the live. We will do a 10-minute coaching session with you guys to help you out if you'd like to. I'm going to pick one lucky winner. How to stop being impatient, making a timeline when manifesting. That's my problem. Jettle, by being the way you desire to be now. That's what you're wanting. Your desire is to recognize that you are the way you desire to be. That's why Neville says the moment desire comes to him, he sits at ready obedience to its voice. You're just acknowledging that you have that which before you desire. I'm going to give like one more minute for people to put in a request they want to join. You're welcome, Jettle. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. All right, here we go. I'm going to close my eyes, put my hand on my fingers on all these, and hit invite.
Who we get? Fiona?
Thank you for the rose, Monica. We got Fiona. Wait, isn't Fiona from The Lion King? Or am I tripping?
No, that's from Shrek.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Fiona, what's up?
What's up, Fiona?
Shrek. Fiona, you there? We can hear you. You got the news on or something in the background.
The skin everyone wants to touch.
Yeah, we are going to have Fiona leave, and we will invite one more person. Let's take a look here. Who do we got? Did I not press the button? Shit. Invite sent. Georgie.
Georgie, what is up?
Hi. Oh, shit.
What happened? No, I think you gotta unmute them. Sometimes they have difficulty. Georgie, blink twice if you can hear us.
Georgie, there. Earth to Georgie. Okay, let's just invite the other person. That was Nobody wants to talk to y'all. I know. I'm. And there it is again. Brian, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. I appreciate the positive comment.
What happened there, Joseph? I didn't do anything. You were requesting to join, and you didn't say anything, so I removed you. But if you want to try to join back, if you want to try it again, we can. Doing well? Lovely, brother. Thank you for the rose, Monica. You request by accident? No worries. Monica, thank you again for the rose. Samantha, Denny, you guys are going wild. Thank you, Theodora, going wild. T-bone amputees. This sounds wonderful. Sounds good. What's up, T-bone?
How y'all doing?
Doing good, brother. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Man, I manifested my wife too.
Did you actually?
Yeah?
Congrats, brother.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Yes, it's amazing.
Well, thank you for joining and sharing, your perspective and your knowledge. What did you do?
I started just really getting self-accountable and really just trying to raise my value, my vibe, my value, the person I knew was in there. I had a very crazy tragedy. I lost both my legs, had both my legs amputated above the knees in 2020. Mm-hmm. And I just got my shit together and just kind of just decided if I was going to die alone, okay, whatever. And I'm going to get the coolest partner and companion there's ever that I could ever know. And now I'm a year into it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Congratulations. Were you a big fan of were you doing affirmations? Did you do, what was your process like?
I don't give myself enough credit. I don't like to, I did all the things. I'm a recovered alcoholic, and substance abuse and stuff is a big part of my life, but I just filtered out all the stuff and just my immediate family, my body, my mind, my spirit, just all these things that were necessary for me to adapt to my prosthetic journey, and just got down to brass tacks, man. For once, just got rid of all the noise of the world and just got away from all of it.
So important. Congratulations on being sober as well, brother.
Yeah.
I was sober for 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah. That's funny how that works. I used to speak all around the state of Arizona. I sponsored hundreds of men.
Oh, that's where I'm at. I'm in Phoenix. I got a place in Phoenix up on Southern and South Mountain, and then I'm in Prescott too. Half and
Oh, no
half.
way. Bro, we're going to have to link up.
Yeah, I just left the nooner at Safe Harbor in Prescott.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll give you a follow and
shoot me a DM, bro.
send you over a message. But yeah, I look forward to.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, bro. And I think an important thing here that he talked about was that he kind of was like purifying his mind on the journey. A lot of the doubts, a lot of the fears, a lot of the insecurities, he purified his mind on, right? Which many, like whenever I tell people, hey, purify your mind, or I'm telling people, hey, be as you are, it sounds like I'm telling you to do something. But actually, in fact, I find that I have to do something to indulge in negativity. I have to do something to indulge in things that are opposing me. I have to indulge in fears in order for me to experience this weakening mentally. If I don't indulge with those things, what I find is automatically I'll start flourishing. My mind will start flourishing. So I just wanted to share that point because it sounded like you were hinting towards that. I just wanted to go into deeper detail to help those that were observing of that's an integral part of the process, is making sure that you're not buying into the self-doubt. You're not buying into those I'm not good enough because of fill in the blank with 1,000 different reasons that human beings come up with.
I think my daughters are teens, and at one point they said to me this new saying, like, you're doing too much. I'm like, who the hell are you to tell me? I'm like, I was a little offended, Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I love what
dads can do a little too much.
I love what you said about, I did the same thing, about kind of just separating yourself from the outside, from the 3D, and just going all in on yourself.
It's necessary. If you went as far to the bottom as I did, I was done. I thought I was gonna have I thought I was psychologically just toasted.
Yeah.
And now here you are thriving.
Yeah, look at that. Take care to thy own self be true.
There it is.
Amen.
I'm going to get into your DM and send you a little message, Joseph. I'm going to drop down.
Sounds good, brother. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
You got it, bro. Such an incredible story. I agree. It's lovely.
It's beautiful, though.
Yeah, that was dope. Dude, I got to say, that's one of the coolest things. And that's what I'm talking about, being in flow. We're just so deep in flow. And then we just have so many lovely internal game comes in here. This other guy that manifests this person comes in here and has so fucking cool. Other ones of you guys are experiencing flow, are manifesting, like, that's how flow works. It's just spontaneous, beautiful things just continue to arise.
That story gets me fired up, man. And I'll tell you, we look at our circumstances so many times. And I mean, he gets in an accident. I'm assuming it's a T-bone. But maybe I'm just overlooking that. But he double amputee, and the mind wants to say, now what? I got this. This is against me. How are you going to find someone? In the moment you shift internally, like he said, he meets his dream partner. You go from absolute bottom to cloud 47, all from an internal shift.
Yeah.
It's just so...
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's accept this. I've been really loving accepting random people I've never seen before. There's been a lot of awesome things. So, hellos, what's going on?
Yeah, I need your help.
What happened?
I want my ex back.
You want your ex back?
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, you're at the right place.
Yeah, so can you help me?
Sure. What questions do you have specifically?
Huh?
What questions do you have specifically?
I mean, do you guys only do manifestation, or like you guys do connection
Or we do what?
connection between us, like used card and I don't know what that's called.
Are you talking about like tarot reading?
Yeah, like I mean, do you guys do it?
I do not
I'm
know.
from Nepal. I'm from Nepal, so I don't know how to speak properly in English.
Oh, it's okay. You're doing fine. I actually have a friend on here though. You can look her up. Her name is Louise. She's really good at it. She's actually into law of assumption and such also. So she's a wonderful combination of both. But definitely check her out.
Who?
Louise. Let's see if I can find her.
Where can I find her?
You can find her on TikTok. I don't know if I see her. She's not online currently.
I can't do it because it'll pop me out of here, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I do manifestation, what
Yeah,
will happen? I'll get him back.
You can definitely manifest, but
Yeah, you can manifest them 100%. That's what we did with RSPs. Oh, it's in
And
the
that will
chat.
help.
People.
Yeah. I'm talking about spell work.
Oh no! I don't know anybody that does that.
no, Louise doesn't do that. No, we don't know.
Yeah.
You don't need spell work. We could save you a lot of time, but I mean, if that's what you want to do.
I mean, after doing manifestation, I'll get him back.
Yeah. So you manifest them back by it's. So here's the thing: is I would study Neville Goddard. We're not going to be able to have a conversation here in 10 minutes. I'm going to be able to explain everything that's going to be like, oh, this makes sense for you. But check out Neville Goddard and look up the law of assumption. There's a lot of stories on Reddit. There's a lot of stories on different platforms that you can read. You can read, like, you can go on my YouTube and you can binge. I have hundreds of hours of manifesting my wife, and etc. And you can check that out as well. But that would be my first suggestion. Another thing you can do is you can join our school community. We've had a lot of people that are new learn how to manifest pretty quickly, so you can check that out. But that would be one of the first places I would have you take a look is there.
And does that work 100%?
Does it work for every person?
I mean, it will work on 100%. 100%. Will it work?
Yeah. Did you say for 100 person?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, 100%, yes.
Oh, so after doing manifestation, I'll get him 100%?
Yes.
Oh, I'll text you personally. Can you reply me after you live in it?
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for it.
Okay, I'll text you on TikTok, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right. If you do the work and believe, yes, definitely join the school and change your mindset. It comes from within. Amen, Just Joe. I love it. Fun and ensuring what you said. You don't necessarily think what you want, just don't think against it. Is that enough? Yes, it is enough. It can be helpful to remember that things are the way you want them to be if you like, but it's not required.
Yeah.
You just got to let go of the old story. Monica, thank you for the rose. All All right, ladies and gents. Well, I am going to jump off. I love you all. If you guys want to watch this back, I will put this one on the YouTube. So definitely do check it out. If you're new, do hit the follow. We'll be back on tomorrow at noon Arizona time. Later, guys. Bye, KJX. Bye, Jaros. Bye, Just Show.